Yayoi Ikawa, who was born in Tokyo, Japan, but raised musically in New York, is an experienced ingenuity and, compassion. As a pianist, composer, arranger, and band leader, she has worked in many countries with legendary artists including Reggie Workman, Lonnie Plaxico, and more. As part of her August tour in South Africa, she will perform with her trio at the State Theatre, Untitled Basement at St. Micheals Sands Hotel, South Coast in KZN, and the Blue Room, Cape Town, amongst others. The pianist and composer joins us now virtually to tell us more about her career and upcoming tour. Yayoi, very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Oh, very good morning to you.
Good to have you on the show. We're very well. Good to have you on the show this morning. First of all, just take us back to when you started having an interest in music. Just take us through your background.
I started piano when I was 3. So this is before I read Japanese letters. I was able to read music notes. My grandfather was a music teacher. So that was my influence.
Okay, and then what gave you, or rather what led you to pursue music professionally?
This was very interesting because I had stopped my piano lessons at the age of 11 to focus on academic career. But then when I was 15, I first went to United States. Mm-hmm. I couldn't speak English, but then I could speak together in music. My host family were musicians, and I was able to jam with them, even though I couldn't speak English that time. So that became the door to open my world to the many people from different backgrounds. And share together experience in music. So that's how I became so attracted in music again, and I was in love with music again that time.
And your attraction to music led you, to traveling the world. How then did it feel for you to have worked in so many countries and working with legendary artists such as Reggie Workman and others?
It's amazing. I learn life through music from them, because they bring so much to the music. They live the music. That's how they are legend, they breathe music and it's become lifestyle. So I play music together with those legends, but I learn how to live, in music. So it's been just great. And it's just, the listening ability, how to express but connect to the audience. That's what I learned the most from both of them, actually. But Reggie especially, he has been my mentor since day one, and he taught me how to tell story in music.
Let's talk about this South African tour. Who will it feature, and what will it offer to people?
Yes, I am here to share. Music is not only on the stage. I have a great 2 musicians to play with me for the first time playing together. Mr. Lelo Mazibuko, I hope I said right.
Yes, that's correct.
And my dear friend, Jimmy Mungwandi, who I've known him for maybe last 7 years at least. He's hired me on his tour in US. That's how I met, and that's how I got introduced to South African music.
Okay.
So for the first time together on the stage, we'll be creating lots of energy and lots of curiosity to each other with 3 musicians with different background. And that's the energy that I want to come across the room to invite the audience to ask, what do you think? What's your response? And so it's going to be the music together, with the stage and with the audience. Mm-hmm. So that's what I want to offer. Yeah.
Now, coming to South Africa, was it one of your, biggest dreams to grow bass with South African musicians?
Of course, yeah. I've been, I've lived in New York for last 20 years.
Uh-huh.
And I'm blessed to play with many South African musicians who came through New York or who's lived in New York. And so South African music is like I was so attracted to from day one. It's, my background is jazz and gospel and Japanese folk music. And I feel the connection in South African music. And yes. I'm curious about more to learn more about South African music.
And having traveled extensively, do you feel that your music is, is embraced or consumed differently in all the countries that you've traveled in or traveled to?
Yes, yeah. It's like a frequency to me. Like at some magical moment, at some magical location and time, we tune in. Like I compose and I play improvisation. And at some point, I can tell, when we all connect at the one frequency. So, yeah, that's the part that I feel most really happy in music. And different country, I've experienced that in many countries, such as Haiti, such as Italy. I go by myself and I form band with local people. And I think the chemistry that we create, that we bring different backgrounds, it's create such beautiful energy together. That's how I feel. So yes, it's accepted differently, but the result is same. At the end of the day, I feel like we have so much to share. Than recognizing differences. We have so much more commonality than differences.
Okay. So talk to us about the Jazz Corridor project. What's that about?
Jazz what project? I'm sorry.
The Jazz Corridor project.
Corridor project.
Yes. Do you know anything about that?
Is that Corridor? Is that my project?
Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. I thought probably you are well appraised about this particular project. But it's a Women's Month here in South Africa. So does the tour coincide with celebrating Women's Month in South Africa?
Yeah, I'm so happy to discover that, and so excited to meet other women in jazz. I've met so many. I mean, several women. Instrumentalist and singer so far, and we have so much to share and encourage and just shedding spotlight to each other for what we do. So I'm looking forward to conversation. I am scheduled to talk with Tandy Tully on one of the concert, and I'm so looking forward to exchange. It's just it's great to not really support and do project together, but really encouraging what each one of us do. And I think the Women's Celebration Month is perfect for really having spotlight to each one of us and express each one of us. Yeah, so I'm so glad to find that, I'm traveling in this month.
All right, Yayoi, great chatting to you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Well, that was a Japanese-born pianist, composer, arranger, and band leader, Yayoi Ikawa, speaking to us about her tour to South Africa and just how far she's come with her music career.